So New Japan Pro Wrestling is host tomorrow night or morning, depending on where you live. New Japan Pro Wrestling will host Sakura Genesis 2018. And there's a slew of matches on the card, so let's run them down. First up, the Bullet Club Civil War continues. Representing the elite side, Bullet Club West as I call them, the Young Bucks go 2-on-2 with the Bullet Club OGs, or Bullet Club East, represented by Chase Owens and Yujiro Takahashi. Not gonna lie, I don't really see Chase and Yujiro coming out on top in this one, even with Matt's bad back and a bit of dissension between him and his brother Nick. But either way, Young Bucks come out on top. At least in my eyes. Six-man tag action. Representing Taguchi, Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Juice Robinson, and David Finlay IV Jr. take on Chaos, represented by Yoshihashi, IWGP United States Champion Jay White, and never openweight champ Hiroki Goto. If they're building momentum for April the 24th for David Finlay's challenge for the U.S. title, and probably either Dominion or the Dentaku events for Juice's second crack at the Never title, the win has to go to the Taguchi Japan team. And this is where Dave pins Jay White to solidify his spot as number one contender for the U.S. title. But we all know, even when that happens, on April 24th, Jay's gonna kick Finlay's ass, and we're not getting a third IWGP US champion. Never six-man titles on the line. Representing Taguchi Japan this one, Michael Elgin, Togi Makabe, and Ryusuke Taguchi against the never open six-man tag champs, Badlick Fale and the Guerrillas of Destiny of Bullet Club. The way I see it, the Tongans have formed their own subgroup within the OGs. On this fact alone, I say, and they seem more cohesive. Taguchi has tried every way to every combination he can think of to reclaim the six-man titles. But even when he does win them, he drops them like a month later. He had found success teaming with Tanahashi and a third wheel partner. First time it was Nakanishi, second time it was Ricochet. But after Tanahashi went back into the singles competition title hunts, Taguchi hasn't found the same measure of success. And I don't think he's going to find it with Elgin and Makabe. So, on that alone, I say Bullet Club retains the Never Six titles. A six-man tag match to preview a rematch for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag titles. Representing Suzuki-gun, it's KES, Killer Elite Squad, Davey Boy Smith and Jr. and Lance Archer. And IWGP Intercontinental and co-holder of the Rev Pro British Tag titles, Minoru Suzuki, taking on Tetsuya Naito and IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champs Evil and Sonata, representing Los Ingobernables de Japón. In a battle between two heel factions, it's going to be determined by the cohesiveness of the trios. Archer, Smith, and Suzuki, being the three major bruisers of the Suzuki Army faction, could have a chance against the cohesive trio of Naito, Evil, and Sonata. Granted, Naito, Sonata, and Evil are not as cohesive, in my view, as Bushi, Evil, and Sonata, but what are you going to do? My pick to win this one, if they're going to build momentum up for Suzuki-gun's rematch on June 9th in Osaka, KES and Minoru Suzuki. As much as I love Los Ingobernables de Japón, the LIJ faction. Junior Heavyweight Tag title, three-way dance setup. A rematch from the 46th anniversary. Representing Chaos, Roppongi 3K, Sho and Yo. Representing Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi. And the champions representing Suzuki-gun, El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. This is the thing I kind of hate with New Japan and their junior tag team division. Out of all the titles, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag titles, at least in my opinion in recent years, are the ones are the set of belts that are most likely to get thrown around like a hot potato. They're going to bounce around like a hot potato. Don't believe me? I do have a bit of proof behind it. Dating back to when Red Dragon captured the titles at Power Struggle 2014 from the Time Splitters. After Wrestle Kingdom 9, it bounced from them to the Young Bucks, to Roppongi Vice, to the Young Bucks, back to Red Dragon, who, granted, did have a consistent reign, a reign that did have a few successful defenses. Well, 2, actually. Before going back to the Young Bucks, then to the team of Seidel and Ricochet, then to Roppongi Vice, then back to Seidel and Ricochet, then back to the Young Bucks, who then held the titles from June all the way to January, where they would lose them to Roppongi Vice, who would then lose them to Suzuki-gun, who then lost them back to Roppongi Vice, who then lost them to the Young Bucks, who then lost them to the Gucci Japan duo of Ricochet and Taguchi, who would then lose the titles to Roppongi 3K, who would then lose the titles to the Young Bucks this past January, who would then lose the titles back to Roppongi 3K in Sapporo a few weeks later, who would then lose the titles to the current champs, Kanemaru and Desperado, at the 46th anniversary at the start of this month. Personally, it gets real confusing with this set of titles. I mean, this is the set of titles that's changed hands the most in the past 3.5 to 4 years alone. But if we're going to get some sort of stability with this set of titles, I'm going to say that the winners and still tag team champions walking out of this Ryogoku are going to be El Desperado and Kanemaru of Suzuki-gun. To prove they hang in Dominion, Suzuki-gun Ichiban. Suzuki-gun is number 1. Much as I don't want to say that. Next up, we get into the real meat and potatoes of the show. These 3 matches are going to be the ones that close it out. First up, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title is on the line. The challenger, the villain, Marty Scurll, takes on the champion of the Elite Faction Bloodline, takes on the champion representing Chaos, the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. When these two have had matches for titles, 3 things have often been guaranteed. Death, taxes, and Scurll beats Ospreay. And if you don't believe me, take a look at their past track records against one another. Ospreay has never beaten Scurll in a title match one-on-one. Whether it was in Defiant Pro Wrestling, formerly What Culture Pro Wrestling, Progress Wrestling up in Scotland, Rev Pro UK, the Bola Tournament in PWG, for the Ring of Honor World Television title, or if you go back to Power Struggle and the Shaka in Osaka, when Scurll pinned Ospreay to win the title the first go-around. Whoever wins this will be carrying a lot of momentum going into Best of the Super Juniors tournament next month. It's hard to believe we're only 6 weeks away from the start of that tournament. But Ospreay has to get the win one-on-one. Yes, he did pin Skrull at Wrestle Kingdom, but keep in mind, that was a 4-way match, not a one-on-one match. So, on that fact alone, I'm going to say Will Ospreay will finally get the Duke over his longtime nemesis in a one-on-one match. Will Ospreay walks in and out of Ryogoku, still the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Also, the fact that the title has never swapped hands in the Ryogoku Sumo Hall at the April pay-per-view show is another key factor in this match. For me, anyway. Next up, to prelude their singles matches at Supercard of Honor 12 next Saturday, the Golden Lovers, Kota Ibushi, and the Cleaner Kenny Omega take on the Hangman Adam Page and the American Nightmare Cody. You know, the Bullet Club's elite faction, sub-faction. Now, let's face it, it has become quite clear to us, that Cody has been a schismist, someone who likes to cause division within a group of tight-knit friends. And if the OGs thought that Kenny Omega was good at doing it, that was causing rifts in the Bullet Club, many people lately could say that arguably Cody is a lot worse. Cody can say that the Bullet Club is fine or the Bullet Club is his, but for all I care, and the way I see it, what Bullet Club is and is supposed to represent, hate to break it to you, Cody, but with you in the group, Bullet Club is pretty much dead. Which is why I'm hoping that Supercard, Kenny shuts you up once and for all. That said, Cody and Page are going to sneak out of the Ryogoku Sumo Hall with a win under their belts in this one, which leads to them getting their asses kicked in New Orleans on next Saturday. Leaving it simple as that. Then we go to the main event for the IWGP World Heavyweight title. The challenger, the winner of the 2018 New Japan Cup, the technical wizard, the submission master. He is Zack Sabre Jr., representing Suzuki-gun, challenging the longest reigning individual reign and cumulative reign, IWGP Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Okada's run has been 650 plus days since it started back in June of 2016 when he defeated Naito. Okada has pretty much run the table of the top dog contenders for the IWGP Heavyweight title over each of his 4 reigns. He's bested the likes of Devitt, Makabe, Goto, Tanahashi, Evil, Naito, Omega, Suzuki, Fale, Shibata. And everyone remembers last year's main event in Sakura Genesis when Shibata busted his own skull open with a headbutt. That pretty much left him almost incapable of, that almost killed him. Him referring to Shibata. But I digress. Cody, AJ, among others. Sanada, Evil. Every time it seems like Okada is in a matchup he's bound to lose, he somehow comes out on top. This time, however, he's facing a man who is almost as equal to Suzuki as being a sadist. The man who is currently the Rev Pro Undisputed British Heavyweight Champ, and with Suzuki, the co-holder of the Rev Pro British Tag Team Championships. ZSJ is a champion anywhere he goes. No mistaking that. I mean, if you look at his track record. He's a former WXW champion in Germany. He's a former champion of Westside Extreme in Germany. Winner of the Battle of Los Angeles 2015. PWG World Heavyweight Champion. Evolve Champion. World Heavyweight Champion. Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion and British Tag Champion. Former Defiant Internet Champion. And I could... Two-time co-holder of the Global Honor Crown Junior Heavyweight Tag titles with Yoshinari Ogawa. I could list off all of Zach's acclimants if I wanted to. And despite being not considered heavy enough for the heavyweight class, Zach doesn't want to be considered a junior heavy, like he has all his life. Can the technical wizard pull a little magic out of his bag of tricks? Will he be able to pull a rabbit out of his hat and get Okada to just tap out? If this match stays on the ground, inside the ring, Zach has it locked up. Okada is not going to have anywhere to run. I mean, when you look at how Zach got this title shot, all of his victories in the New Japan Cup came by submission. Many people viewed him as an underdog, but I viewed him as probably my dark horse to win the tournament. And sure enough, I was right. He beat Naito. He got Tetsuya Naito to tap out. He got Kota Ibushi to pass out. He got Sonata to tap out in the semifinals. And in the finals, he tapped out Tanahashi. If ZSJ wins, he'll make history. Not only as the 66th IWGP World Heavyweight Champ, but also it would make him the first ever British-born IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. As we've had at least 4 or 5 American IWGP World Heavyweight Champs, and 1 Canadian-born British IWGP World Heavyweight Champ. If you don't believe me, look it up. Those 4 champions from America, to the best of my knowledge, Brock Lesnar, Big Van Vader, AJ Styles, and Bob Sapp. The only Canadian to win the title, Scott Norton. So Zach has a chance at making history. And probably even pulling off the one thing that Suzuki himself has not been able to do. Capture the International Wrestling Grand Prix World Heavyweight title. However, Okada's on the verge of matching Tanahashi's individual title defense record. And if he gets it here, he'll match it. Duntaku May 3rd, he'll have to defend it again. Don't know against who, and personally I don't really care. And when he gets that 12th one, that's when Naito's going to demand his rematch for the Osaka Joe, and Naito finally puts an end to the reign of the Rainmaker at 720. Yeah. I've counted down, by my calculations, at the most, New Japan is not going to let Okada's title run last longer than 720 days. Whether he loses it to Naito or Sabre Jr. or whoever or between now and June. However, with that said, I am taking Okada to retain the title in this matchup. As to who would get the next title shot, I don't know. But that's all I've got. My next best guess would be that Taichi would get the title shot, but that would be just a squash at the Dentaku event. But again, I don't know. That's all I've got. I'm out of here. We'll find out what happens tomorrow morning/night. Peace, my brothers.